are rolling on April 18th, part 2 of introductory speeches. And we're about to hear from Casey, who's managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, steady speech.
Hi everyone, I'm Casey.
Hi Casey.
To begin, I'm sure all of us can relate that when we watch television shows and movies, we see celebrities on the big screen and think, wow, I want to be just like them. But in reality, how many of us actually pursue acting? Today, I'm going to tell you about my study buddy, Gavin, and I'm going to tell you about his past, his present, and his future. I think you guys will really enjoy hearing about Gavin because he's famous. Okay, not quite, but he will be one day, and I will tell you why. I will begin to tell you about his past. Like me, a lot of children spend a lot of their early childhood watching television shows and movies just for pure entertainment. However, not little Gavin. Little Gavin spent a lot of his time mesmerizing a lot of Disney song lyrics and famous movie lines, trying to mimic and imitate the characters and the celebrities that he saw on screen. And very early on, he realized that he wanted to be a star and that acting was something that he was very passionate about. So this brought him to do a lot of improv classes and acting classes. However, this is not something that stopped in the past. It's something that has continued to the present. So today, Gavin has perfected a lot of his impersonations. He does a variety of accents, and he's done a lot of, as I said, acting classes and improv classes. Gavin has been a part of a lot of short films. He's been in a documentary called Tabloid by Jerry Springer, and he's even has an official IMDb that can be found online. So, very famous, very talented Gavin. Along the way, he's also found out that he's not only passionate about acting, he's also passionate about law and politics. Gavin is a recent transfer from UC Riverside to UCLA and is currently studying in economics. Although he has found out that he's very passionate about law and politics, he knows that he wants to find a career to pursue that incorporates a lot of the creativity and the leadership skills that he's acquired through the acting and improv classes. Which brings us to the future. Now that we're in the future, Gavin knows that we know that he's majoring in economics, and with economics, after he graduates UCLA, he plans to go to law school. With law school, one day he hopes to be a lawyer, if not actor, and maybe one day down the road be the President of the United States, which he is already well prepared for because he can do a really good Obama impression. All in all, now I've told you about Gavin's past, his present, and his future. Right off the bat, him being my study buddy, and anyone that I'm sure has met him can easily tell that he's a very charismatic, very ambitious, and very talented person. But I hope you've learned a little bit more about him and hopefully befriend him, not only because, of course, he's an overall amazing person, but maybe one day you can say, hey, my friend's famous. I hope one day to see Gavin's name in lights and all of his fans will say to themselves, wow, I want to be just like him. And now knowing all of this, you guys should probably get his autograph now before it's too late. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, where are we? Here, yes, please.
I'm Malia.
Hi, Malia.
I really liked in your speech that it had like a through line, like each story kind of built on another. Like they weren't like, I mean, like the acting, like acting in like law, and then like president or like actor. So I really liked that.
Improvement.
Hi, Jen.
So, I couldn't really find anything. It's almost perfect to my sight. So, like all the stories, all the unexpected turning in the story, very catching. But I couldn't find anything that to pick up from it.
Okay, thank you. Well, Cassie, let's talk about your speech. You built up your study buddy, Gavin, to be a star in your introduction, and that was an interesting way to go. And you carried that theme all the way through. You had to go through all the way through. And then you had your transition statement was, but how many of us really actually pursue acting? You know. And then you went right to, so today I'm going to introduce my study buddy, Gavin. I didn't know if we needed one more sentence there or not. I'm not sure, but a little abrupt to me. So, on your significant statement, it's good. On the past, you told us that he mimicked voices and he was passionate at a very young age to want to do this kind of thing, and that he then you had a transition that later he went through acting and improv classes. My suggestion for your walking is that you walk a little bit further to the left, a little bit further to the right, and then back to center, so you have a little bit more range. On the present, you told us of his appearance in a documentary of a tabloid with Jerry Springer. We've all heard of Jerry Springer, so that's good. And IMDb online. And then you went on to give us more of a laundry list of economics and transfer from UC Riverside. So you gave us some factoids, but I wish you had extracted a story about that tabloid with Jerry Springer out of that. He's always an interesting character, you know, if there was one to be had. On the future, you told us he was going to law school, and then the unexpected, he wants to be president of the United States, and he does a good Obama impression. Now, we, of course, are going to have to hear this before the end of class. Your summary was good. Your conclusion was good. As I've said to others, just a little more oomph with your voice, so the narrative of where you are is a little more apparent. And your tie back, wait to see his name in lights, it was very positive. Get his autograph now while you can. Your canais, don't go over time, have vocal variety and more hand gestures. How'd that go?
The one that I wanted to focus most on is time, because last time I went very over. So I think I did good with that. I tried to move a little bit more, so I did
good.
Better than before.
Yes, you did a nice job. Just remember, with the white screen, we want to be a little more in contrast, but it was fine. It was good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me get you in. You're tall. Okay. Could you take a half step that way and the one that way? Right there, yeah. Perfect center of the room, yeah. Gavin stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, saying to himself, I respect my audience, and really meaning it. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Hi, I'm Gavin.
Hi, Gavin.
How many of us have watched a Disney movie and been like, oh my god, that's me? I know I do. Anytime I see Gaston on the stage, you know, from Beauty and the Beast, especially when he sings the one song, you know, the one that talks about himself, you know, nobody hits like Gaston, matches wits like Gaston. That one? Alright. Well, today, I'm going to introduce you to a person who not only exhibits one Disney character, but two. Today, I get to introduce my study buddy, Casey. Now, I know you guys will be stoked to meet her because she is a combination of Moana and Lilo put together in one amazing person. So, I will tell you about her past, her present, and her future, and how those two Disney characters mold into the stories. So, start with the past. Both Moana and Casey have swam with the creatures of the sea. While Casey may not have swam with a magical amulet and with a demigod like Maui, she has, however, swam with whale sharks, which are huge if you guys have not seen them. She went into a cage underwater in, if she told me correctly, a pretty cheap cage.
Yeah, it's in the Philippines. It's really cheap.
A cheap cage.
It's really
a little,
sketch.
yeah, sketchy. Was kind of a cheaper buy, so you're a little bit worried, especially when you're going up against a shark that could eat you. Could literally swallow you whole, which in my book is way cooler. Now, as far as the present goes, she, as you guys may not know, is a student here at UCLA. She is a part of the UCLA dance club here. She practices both Hawaiian and Tahitian dances, which is a combination, or which is a reflection of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. When she's not doing her homework, practicing dancing, communicating respect, all the things that occupy her day, she likes to practice her guitar as well, which is another combination of Lilo. Now, she does have some differences from Lilo. She's obviously a better dancer than Lilo, and she doesn't punch the ginger at the end of her dance. Now, this brings us to, hopefully, her future. In the future, she hopes to get married and have her ceremony in the Philippines. She's a very family-oriented person, and that's where her family will be able to come witness her marriage. At the end of her ceremony, she wants to incorporate her Tahitian and Hawaiian dances into the end to have a beautiful ceremony. At the end, when she sails off into the sunset with her new husband Maui and her pet Stitch, she wants to live happily ever after like a true Disney classic. Now, I've told you about her present, her past, and her future, and how they combine for her two Disney characters. What's the part after that?
Tie back.
Tie back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
Okay.
give you to
Ladies
the
and
way you
gentlemen.
want to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of introducing you to my study buddy, Casey. I hope you'll join me, and the next time you see Moana swim or Lilo dance, you'll think, hey, there's Casey.
Thank you. Okay, I think we're over here now. Go. Okay, I'll come here, and then I'll come to you. Explain.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
And I really liked your speech. It's really engaging. I like how you incorporated it to Disney characters and made me actually want to keep hearing him. Like, how is she like Lilo? How is she like Moana? So I really like that. I would say for improvement, maybe just like kind of pause. You did like probably forgot, but like you caught on, which was really good. So just that. But it was a really good speech overall.
Thank you.
Okay, do you want to suggest some improvement?
Hi, I'm Alan.
Hi, Alan.
As a Disney emphatic, so I actually really like this speech. The thing is when you think sometimes, you kind of close your eyes. So like there's times where like, you can't make eye contact if your eyes are closed. So even when you're thinking, try to just make eye contact. It might make it a little bit awkward because you're not saying something, but it's better than just like closing your eyes and thinking. It's just,
Yeah.
that's good speech overall.
That's a good observation. Insia, you come a quick comment?
While you were speaking, I realized why you want to go into acting. You're very expressive, very emotive, very good inflection. Again, like the thing that I told you in your first speech as well, sometimes you take too many pauses, which is not good because it can sort of like take away from your speech. So you were better, of course, than your last speech, which is, of course, progress. We'll like take care of that.
Okay.
And I loved your inflection. It was very funny. It was nice. And I think you were creative with your speech as well. Like you tried to bring in elements and like you tried to make it out of the box, which was good. It was very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the creativity that you brought to this, so thank you for that. You had your audience giggling and laughing, and when you have your audience giggling and laughing, they're with you. So you can't ask for more than that. You almost skipped the preview, but finally got back to it in the end, which I was happy about. I'll say to you what I've said to others, which is I really want to see the stay in the power stance. I want to relax your arms. Yeah. I want to see the narrative emphasized a little bit more of so past, just a little extra with the voice. Loved the slam with sharks and the sheep cage. I could see it. I could see her getting eaten by the shark. So that was good. A good word picture, yes. You told us about the Hawaiian dance team and compared it with the Disney character. Again, got a laugh from your audience. And then you told us in the future she wants to be married in the Philippines. So, again, linked it to Disney. Your goal was to have good flow in your speech, to walk around, and to be consistent. How'd it go?
Flow got better, but not where it needs to be. Movement, I'm pretty sure I moved well.
Yes.
I mean, you haven't told me to do the 2-5 yet, so I think
No.
I'm
Your movement was fine, yeah.
And then consistent, hit or miss.
Yeah. If you have this talent for humor, and everyone does, then don't hesitate to use it in your intro, in your tiebacks, in asides, in your speech. It can be effective. Okay? Thank you. What's our time looking like?
1:40.
We have time for no. We don't have time for. We don't have time for one more. A reminder: you have your TED Talk. Be prepared to answer questions and to draw the link to your film speech. Be thinking of your favorite film, one that really moved you, one that made you laugh, made you cry, because you're going to recreate and re-feel those emotions. Okay? Okay, our work is done. Return with honor.
That actually is